يقول راجي عفو رب سامعي محمد بن الجزري الشافعي: الحمد لله وصلى الله على نبيه ومصطفاه محمد وآله وصحبه ومقرئ القرآن مع محبه. وبعد إن هذه مقدمة فيما على قارئه أن يعلمه، إذ واجب عليهم محتم قبل الشروع أولا أن يعلموا مخارج الحروف والصفات ليلفظوا بأفصاح اللغات، محرر التجويد والمواقف وما الذي رسم في المصاحف.
وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. Lord, teach us or benefit us, increase us in knowledge and good morals and in good deeds ya Rabbal Alameen. So we are in line 34, alhamdulillah, in Aljazariyya. We continue by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessings. And we finished line 34, in which Imam Ibn Jazari said, rahimahullah ta'ala, فَرَقِّقَ مُسْتَفِلًا مِنْ أَحْرُفِ وَحَاذِرًا تَفْخِيمًا بِالْأَلِفِ. So this section, as we mentioned, they call it Bab al-Tanbihat, and I like to call it Bab al-Tarqeeq, because 5 of the lines in this section is all about Tarqeeq. He said, rahimahullah, فَرَقِّقَ مُسْتَفِلًا مِنْ أَحْرُفِ. Make tarqiq, make sure to make tarqiq of the mustafil among the letters, right? وَحَاذِرًا تَفْخِيمَ لَفْظِ الْأَلِفِ. And beware of making the alif heavy. What does that mean? Beware of making the alif heavy means what? If it comes after a muraqqaq letter, right? That's definitely, I'm going to ask you this question, because he is saying it's a general sentence that is not right unless you understand it this way. Be careful of, and make sure to be careful of making the alif heavy. Well, but we know the alif is sometimes heavy. So he means what? Be careful not to make the alif heavy after, means when it comes after a muraqqaq letter. You don't say a mustafil letter, a muraqqaq letter, because the word muraqqaq is more general than the word mustafil. You understand? The word muraqqaq is more general than the word mustafil. Okay? Okay. Or here, the istifal letters, some of them could be mufakham, right? Could be mufakham. So it's the opposite way. It's the opposite way. Istifal letters, we have alif, lam, ra, they're istifal. They're not part of khussa, dagh, tanqib, right? These are istifal letters. Yet they are sometimes heavy, sometimes light, right? So, if the alif is preceded by a muraqqaq letter, then we have to make it what? We have to make it light. So, make sure not to make it heavy. That's what he's saying. Make sure not to make it heavy when it comes after a muraqqaq letter. When it comes after a muraqqaq letter. If you say when it comes after a mustafil letter, that's wrong, because the ra is a mustafil but could be heavy sometimes. Is that clear? So the precise word is to say what? Muraqqaq letter. Okay, let's see. I told you we finished this line. I'm just going to show you the picture. We explained isti'la again and istifal. And we explained the result of isti'la, which is what? Tafkhim. And the result of istifal, which is what? Tarqiq. We explained these two terms. And now I'm going to show you, before we move to next line, I'm going to show you the videos Sheikh Ayman used to show you how the tarqiq and the tafkhim and the istifal happen. So look here, for example, in this picture, see how the arrows. So here the line or the tongue. Ahmed, get this table. Yeah, this one. Help him set it up. Set it up there between. Yeah. Put your bag aside. Yeah, set it up. Move this chair away. Yeah, set it up like this. Yeah. Here. Yeah. So, as you can see, guys, how the arrows are going, is this istifal or isti'la? Huh? Istifal or isti'la? Istifal, because the sound is going down, right? And the other thing you can know this is not isti'la is what? Look at the tongue. Is the tongue curved? It's not curved, right? So the sound will not go up to the roof of the mouth and will not make the echo or the heaviness. It's going down, and that will result in what? Tarqeeq. Is that clear? So that's an example of how tarqeeq happens. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. And this is here the calf, of course. You see the calf where the back part of the tongue touching both the soft palate and the hard palate in the roof of the mouth. So that's the istifal and its result, which is tarqiq. Now let's look at the difference in tafkhim. Look at the tafkhim in the qaf example. Look how the sound is going to the roof of the mouth. Right, sister? See how the sound is going to the roof of the mouth here? And how it's reflected. See how it's reflected, making the echo. Right? And also look how the tongue is curved. Right? And the throat is narrowed. The throat is narrowed, right? So that's an example of isti'la, which is resulting in what? Resulting in tafkhim. May Allah reward Sheikh Ayman and his team for making these pictures very clear. Okay, then we move to line 35. What does he say, rahimahullah ta'ala, in line 35? In line 35 he says, وَهَمْزَ الْحَمْدُ أَعُوذُ إِهْدِنَا. Let's go to line 35. Let's see it here first before we start. So remember guys, isti'la results in tafkhim and istifal results in tarqiq. So he said, فَرَقِّقَ مُسْتَفِلًا مِنْ أَحْرُفِ. Make tarqiq of the mustafil among the letters. And beware of making the alif heavy after coming after a light letter. Wa and hamza means what? فرقق مستفلا من أحرف وحاذرا تفخيم لفظ الألف وهمزة. Beware of making the alif heavy after muraqqaq letters, and beware of making tafkhim for the hamza. Wa hamza means the hamz of, or the hamz in. The hamz in what? Alhamdu. Wa hamza alhamdu. A'udhu. Ihdina. Allah. The hamza in all of these examples, make sure and beware of making it heavy. Is that clear? Okay, let's come back here, ya Sheikh. وَهَمْزَ الْحَمْدُ أَعُوذُ إِهْدِنَا. So, I explained this to you before. Let's take this point before we finish the alif, since it's related to the alif. Let's take these points. I got them from these points. We already covered them when we talked about the alif and the mad letters. I brought them back again to this section so that we remember them, and you add more points so that you have the full picture, inshallah. As you can see, we explained that the heavy letters are خص ضغط قر, and the laam In some cases, the lam in the words Allah and Allahumma and the ra. Alif and lam and ra. Alif, lam, ra. These three letters, in some cases, they're heavy. Very important point here, guys, you have to all be aware of, and some of you until now they do this mistake, which is what? You do not need to round the lips at all when you make the alif heavy. Again, the alif, just raise the alif a bit. The alif has no relation to tafkhim, the lips has no relation to tafkhim and tarqiq, brothers. Is that clear? So you don't, ya Sheikh, need to round the lips at all when you make the alif heavy. So you don't say kho, kho, right? Ro. No. Then you're making like an O sound. So kha, ra, you keep the lips normal, okay? That's very common mistake. Okay? Jazakallah khair. That's good. So the lips should remain normal in the alif. The lips should remain normal in the alif, as we mentioned earlier. Otherwise, it will turn into the O sound. So you don't say khalidin, you don't say saliha, no. Kha, say khalidin. Practice, guys. All of you. Khalidin. No, you have to practice louder. Let me hear you. Saliha. Ghaibin. Ta. Look, it's a slight difference. If you just round the lips a little bit, ta, o, ta, ta'ir. Qala, right? Al-zalimin. Okay. We also said that when there's a ra before the alif will always be heavy. Why? Why, if there is a ra before the alif is always heavy? Always, whenever there is a ra before the alif, it must be heavy. Why? Huh? Because if there's a ra before the alif, this means it must have a fatha. Any letter before the alif, it must have what? A fatha. And this will make the alif what? Heavy. This will make the ra heavy, consequently will make the alif heavy. Is that clear? Okay. So the alif is always heavy when it's preceded by a ra, because the ra has fatha. Because when the ra has fatha, it's heavy. And the ra must have fatha when it comes before the alif. Right? Ikhraja. Raki'in. Ra, see ya Ahmad. Rabi'uhum. Now here so that I can see. Adraka, put it here. Adraka. Ra. There's only one exception in the whole Quran. Anyone knows? Whereas there is ra and alif after it, still you're not gonna make the alif heavy. Majreha, right? What is that word? The word majreha, right? Bismillahi majre. Here, it's not a normal alif, right? It became what? What do we call that alif? Alif mumala, tilted alif, right? Alif mumala. I call it tilted alif, okay? Maybe in the future I'll find a better word. So Bismillahi majre, and here we're gonna make the ra light as well. We're not gonna say majre, right? So you have to be aware of this exception. Majreha wa mursaha. Say. Bismillahi majriha wa mursaha. You see the example, ya Sheikh? Here, show them the example. And you see this, what do they call diamond, right? The diamond sign, this is what it means, right? You see the diamond signs under the ra, that's what it means. Okay. Bismillahi majriha wa mursaha. Okay. the alif sakina is preceded by a light letter, it should be like you mentioned that. Do not raise the middle part of the tongue at all when you make the alif light, because this will produce alif mumala, an alif that is similar to the sound of the letter A. Okay, one more point before we move on. Again, about the alif. Here we're talking about tarqeeq and tafkhim. What do we do when we, some of the common mistakes when people make tarqeeq? Someone is trying to make tarqeeq for the alif in the word batina. He would say ba, ba, batila, ba. What is that? He's not saying ba, he's saying ba, what is he doing? Who can tell me the mistake he's doing exactly and how to fix it?
Say it again.
Ba, ba, ba.
He's not opening his mouth.
Huh?
He's not lowering his jaw.
Not lowering the jaw? Okay, ba.
The tongue is curved?
No. The tongue is not curved. Opposite of curving. How should the position of the alif be, of the tongue be in the alif? How should the position of the tongue in the alif be? Flat, right? Flat. Ba, ba. When you raise the middle part of the tongue, you have alif mumala. You start having tilting for the alif. The alif is straight like this, you start tilting it. So you say ba, tilt more, be, tilt more, be. Then we say that ya is from the middle part of the tongue. So when you're tilting, when you're raising the middle part of your tongue, you're going towards the ya. And there are levels. First you have a, e. And this Imalah is called Imalah Sughra, minor Imalah. And it's used in some qira'at. Right? وَالضُّحَى ح, but not in Hafiz. Or وَالضُّحَى a, that's Imalah Kubra. So there's minor Imalah and major Imalah. Then you have the ya. So this is the alif, Imalah Sughra, Imalah Kubra, ya. In the alif, you have to keep the tongue straight so that it doesn't become mumala. What is the type of imala in majreha? I'm going to ask you. What is the type of imala in majreha? Huh?
Kubra?
Minor or major?
Major?
Major. Re, it became re, majre, not majre, re. Okay? That's imala kubra. Okay. So, we don't say the, and this is common among some dialects. Among some dialects in the Arab world and elsewhere, they do this Imalah Sughra where they're not supposed to do. So we say ba, ba, not ba, ba. You see the difference? Ba, ba, batila. الحا حاسي الحاقة
الحاقة
الحياة الدنيا. This is common, huh? دنيا يا دنيا يا. Okay. غوى جاء. Ibn Dhakwan, for example, in the Qur'an I read to the Shaykh, may Allah have mercy on him. Ibn Dhakwan makes major imala. He say J, She. He makes major imala. In Hafs we don't have any imala except in Majriha. That's the only imala we have in all of Hafs narration through Shatibiya. Is that clear? Okay. Now we come back to the line of today, which is what? وهمزة الحمد أعوذ إهدنا الله ثم لام لله لنا. So make sure not to make the hamz heavy. When only here is وهمزة, he didn't say والهمزة, he's saying وهمزة الحمد, means in literally it means the hamz of, right sister? Yeah. The hamz of. He didn't say وهمزة. Wa hamza means the hamz of. And if he says وَهَمْزَةَ الْحَمْدُ, could be right. But وَهَمْزَة means the hamz in or of alhamdu. What is the hamza? Where is the hamza? I don't see the hamza there in alhamdu. Where is the hamza? Can you see the hamza here? I don't see a hamza here. Do you see a hamza here? Hamzat wasl. Hamzat wasl. Does hamzat wasl take the rules of the normal hamza in regard with the sound? Yes. And this is why they called it hamzat wasl, because it sounds like what? A hamza when you start with it. When you drop it, okay, it's a drop. But when you start with it, with hamzat wasl, you pronounce it as what? As a hamza. Right? You don't say this is an alif, you say this is hamzat wasl. How do you pronounce it? You pronounce it like a hamza. Either a, or u, or e. Could hamzat wasl has fatha? Could it have fatha? Yes. Dhamma? Yes. Kasra? Yes. It depends. And that is a whole section we're going to cover later, and we already covered it in level 5, right guys? Did you study it in level 5? You have the test today. You found it in level 5? Okay. So, alhamda, wa hamza alhamdu. So, you're not going to say alhamdu, You can say what? Say alhamdu. Alhamdu.
Alhamdu.
Then alhamd means what?
Praise and thanks.
Praise and thanks. Praise and thanks. A'udhu. We don't say A'udhu billahi as those people when they start, right? A'udhu bil, A'udhu bil, no. A'udhu. A'udhu. فقل ربي أعوذ بك, right? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم is not part of the Quran, right? But still when we read it, we apply the rules because we're reading Arabic words, right? So, and the word أعوذ is mentioned in the Quran many times, right? قل أعوذ برب الفلق. So how do you say that? قل say The Hamza always light, no exception for that. We already covered that, right? Here he's just drawing your attention. Focus on these mistakes that some people make and similar mistakes. أعوذ.
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 What does أعوذ mean? I seek refuge, right? I seek protection. I seek shelter. I seek particularly refuge and protection, right? أعوذ. أحتمي. ألتجئ. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Okay. أعوذ بك ربي أن يحضرون, right? Now, this Hamza, as you can see, is Hamza al-Qata', right? أعوذ is Hamza al-Qata'. But the Hamza in Alhamdu is Hamza wasl. Now, ihdina. Ihdina. What's the Hamza in ihdina? Wasl or Qata'? Wasl. Hamza al-Qata' is written. It must be written as a Hamza. Hamza al-Wasl doesn't have a Hamza shape. It's an alif with what on it on top? A small sad, right teachers? Right? A small sad. That's Hamza al-Wasl. Ihdina. Ihdina. We don't say ihdina. Ihdina. Okay, some of these mistakes, maybe you do not hear them. Maybe Imam Aljazariyya heard them. So if we didn't hear them, doesn't mean he didn't hear them or they don't exist, right? Okay. They say, I've learned this rule in Aqidah. They say عدم الوجدان لا يعني عدم الوجود. It's very important rule in Aqidah that helps you also to understand this point. If you don't hear any type of mistake that Imam Ibn al-Jazari mentioning, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. What's the rule I mentioned? عدم الوجدان لا يدل على عدم الوجود. If you don't find something or see it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Did you get that? Did you get it? It's a very important rule that you have to be aware of. عدم الوجدان لا يدل على عدم الوجود. If you don't find something or don't see it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Right? Okay. Ihdina. What does ihdina mean? What does ihdina mean? Are you kidding? You don't know? Say, if you don't say, make me feel good like you know. You know what ihdina means. You say it 17 times minimum every day. What does ihdina mean? Guide us. Ihdina as-sirat al-mustaqim. Are you not guided on the right path? Are you not on the right path? You are. We are, alhamdulillah. If you don't believe you're on the right path, that's a big disaster. You have to be certain and sure that you are on the right path by Allah's blessings. Means the general right path, which is Islam, right? But maybe you're doing some wrong stuff and you're deviating. That's possible. May Allah protect us. But as the belief and what you're following and as Islam, absolutely you're on the right path and Islam is the right path. And if you think otherwise, means you have doubt about the certainty and the truthfulness or the truth of your religion, this means you're not a believer. You're a doubter, right? You don't have belief. And in belief, there's no room for doubt. One more time. In belief, in aqidah, no room for doubt. It has to be certainty. وَكُلُّ مَنْ قَلَّدَ فِي التَّوْحِيدِ إِيمَانُهُ لَمْ يَخْلُ مِنْ تَرْدِيدِ. As the great Imam in his aqidah poem, Jawharat al-Tawheed, he's saying, and everyone who imitates in Tawheed, إِيمَانُهُ لَمْ يَخْلُ مِنْ تَرْدِيدِ. His iman has confusion and doubt. Right, Ya Ahmad? So, if you are on the right path, then why you say every day 17 times, اهدنا الصراط المستقيم? Oh Allah, guide us on the straight path. Many meanings, many possible meanings. I'll tell you some of what comes to my mind now. Guide us on the straight path. We are on the straight path. Keep guiding us on the straight path. One of the students asked the Sheikh, and they were close to the battle field. And in the battlefield, sometimes they get these big drums, right? So he asked him this question. He told him, what does ihdina sirat al-mustaqim mean? He said, get me the drum, ya Sheikh, since we have the drum. He said, what did he say? He told him, what does ihdina mean? Ihdina sirat al-mustaqim. He said, you hear the drum, what is the drum saying? He said, it's saying dum, dum, dum. In Arabic, when they learn about the duf, the words they use, dum, tak, dum, tak, dum, tak, dum, tak. Okay? So he's saying, what is he saying? He's saying dum, dum means keep on from dawam. Keep on, persist. Okay? So, ihdina, guide us on the straight path means what? Keep us on the straight path. One meaning. The other meaning, this straight path has levels. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم. Who are الذين أنعمت عليهم? Who are they? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Surah An-Nisa. What is it? Who knows the ayah? وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ مِنَ النَّبِيِّينَ وَالصِّدِّيقِينَ وَالشُّهَدَاءِ وَالصَّالِحِينَ وَحَسُنَ أُولَٰئِكَ رَفِيقًا. And they are the best companions and the best friends. So you are on this straight path. But this straight path is like levels. On which level are you? Salihin, Shuhada, Siddiqeen, Anbiya. You're not Anbiya. Siddiqeen, is it possible? Possible. Shuhada, possible. Salihin, possible. Yalla. So ihdina, as if you're asking Allah, elevate me on this straight path, elevate me in the higher levels of this straight path. Is that clear? Okay, ihdina means what? Guide us. So you make the hamza light. Ihdina. And here, what is the common mistake here? Dropping the ha, not giving the ha its right, not giving the ha its hand. Ihdina as-sirat, ihdina as-sirat. What should you say? Ihdina as-sirat. See? Say. Show the ha and give it its hams. Ihdina. Ihdina. Right? Guys, don't touch your phone. Ihdina. Okay. Allah. The fourth word he mentioned, Allah. Ihdina. Allahu thumma lama lillahi lana. Allahu means the hamza in the word Allah. What is the type of hamza, ya Ahmad, in the word Allah? Qata' or wasl? Wasl. We don't even need to look at it. Hamzat al-qata' is always written as a hamza. Okay, Hamzat al-wasl is never written as a hamza, it's written as an alif and small sad on top of it. Right? So, Allahu, the hamza in the word Allah. This is very, 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 very common, even among Huffaz, right? Allahu a'lamu, Allah, And why, why we have this common mistake here? Who knows? What is the main reason for this common mistake here? Huh? What is it? The lam. Because the lam is heavy, so we tend to make the alif heavy, the hamza heavy as well. And this is what, here, most of these words that will come, as you will see, this is why Imam Ibn Aljazariyya mentioned them. You have heavy letter, followed by a light letter, or preceded light, heavy, here where people confuse them. So you have to give every letter its right. Okay? A. Hamza is light always. A. You start with A, then you go up. And use your hands. I found this beneficial. Did you find it beneficial? Did you find it beneficial to use the hands about Tarqeeq and Tafkhim? I found it beneficial. Did you? From your experience? You have experience now. But you need more. Always Tarqeeq go down. Then you're gonna go heavy. Start with the head, with the light. Go up. Allahu a'lam. Try. Allahu a'lam. All of you. Allahu a'lam.
Allahu a'lam.
Allah. Allahu a'lamu haythu yaj'alu risalatah. Okay. So that is the first half. وَهَمْزَ الْحَمْدُ أَعُوذُ إِهْدِنَا وَهَمْزَ الْحَمْدُ أَعُوذُ إِهْدِنَا. And we have the test also. After they have the test. How many have the test? You prepared for the test for today? Okay, even though. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 people also having the test, Isa. So that's okay. So وَهَمْزَ الْحَمْدُ أَعُوذُ إِهْدِنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ لَامَ لِلَّهِ لَنَا. Any questions so far about the Hamza, guys? In today's classes, the recitation classes by some of you, I had some examples. Let me also add them, since we're talking about this. Tarqeeq al-Hamza. Okay. So let's have some more examples. Of course, Imam Al-Jazari is not exhausting all examples. He's mentioning some examples to help us also and draw our attention to pay attention to the Hamza all the time, especially if it's followed by a heavy letter, like in this case, in the word Allah. Other examples. Ahaqqu. They're written there on the board. Just follow with me. Ahaqqu.
Ahaqqu.
Everyone practice aloud. Ahaqqu.
Ahaqqu.
Not a, right? A. Wallahu ahaqqu an takhsha, right? Ahaqqu.
Ahaqqu.
Astafa.
أصطفى
This is very, like maybe 90% of people or more, they read it with Hamza mufakhama, with a heavy Hamza, which is not right. They say Astafal, right or no? As. How do you read it? Huh? Go down. أصطفى البنات على البنين. Say أصطفى.
أصطفى
You see all what we're mentioning now, we already explained it when we talked about the alif. We already explained all that. Right? We already explained all that when we talk about the Hamza. Also in the throat letters. ثم لأقصى الحلق همز. When we talk about the Hamza, we explained all this in details and we gave these examples and more. Now this is like revision for that topic. Allahumma, same thing. Allahumma. Try. Same thing, like the word Allah, same thing, right? Allahumma.
اللهم
You need two things to fix these mistakes. Two things, guys. Number one, awareness. Awareness. When you're reading, you're aware, you have the knowledge, and you when you read, be aware of the words you're reading. Number two, the practice. You need two things, knowledge and practice. You need both of them. You got the knowledge, alhamdulillah, you already know. Hamza is always like. Now when you're reading, whenever you see a Hamza, pay attention. Hamza wasl or Hamza qata. And practice. When you see a word like this, practice them. These words, you will not find them like in one book. You will not. Okay? Let me add also the words that I found today when some of you were reading. We have asila, for example. This is very common also. Asila.
أصيلا
Practice, all of you. Asila.
أصيلا
Also we have the word آخرون.
آخرون
آخرون.
آخرون
Okay, we also have أرأيت. I'm sure we have this word before. أرأيت.
أرأيت
Tell them please lower your voices because we're recording. And I have many videos before that even someone was there and I have is very noisy in the background. يلا. أرأيت. See, Hamza, Ra, Hamza, huh? Ra, أرأيت.
أرأيت
It needs practice. And here don't make don't stretch it. Huh? أرأيت first, cut it as we mentioned. Ra, say
أ
Ra,
را
Make space for him. Sit next to him. I don't like to see you alone. Sit here next to him. And there's another reason. Okay? أرأيت.
أرأيت
Then try to make it fast. أرأيت.
أرأيت
Right? وليس بينه وبين تركه إلا رياضة امرئ بفكه. Okay, أصيلة, we got it. Okay, اللهم أعطى. أعطى. Here we have the Ain and the Hamza. Mostly is a little bit difficult for some people because they don't have the Ain. So, أعطى. Right? أعطى.
أعطى
أحطت.
أحط
Same thing, huh? أحطت.
أحط
أصلح.
أصلح
أصلح. Same thing, go down. And don't wrap the lips with the sad. Not as. Never. The sad has no relation, the lips has no relation to the sad or to the heaviness or lightness of the letters, right? أصلح. الطلاق. This is common mistake. الطلاق. Many students read it. الطلاق مرة. Just notice yourself when you're reading it. الطلاق. No. Say الطلاق مرتان.
الطلاق مرتان.
If you want to know a student skillful or no, test him on these words. Then you will know right away. Ask him to read these words, then you will know right away. Okay. The word Allah, this unique word, what does the word Allah mean?
God.
The dearest word to you should be
Lord.
supposed to be the dearest word, the most dear and beloved word to our hearts, right?
Lord. Al-Ilah.
So Allah, we have two opinions about the word Allah. The first opinion, it's not derived from any other word. It's just the proper noun of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the major noun according to many scholars. Ismullah al-A'zam, the greatest name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a proper noun. In Aqidah we say what? علم على الذات الواجب الوجود مستحق لجميع المحامد المستحق لجميع المحامد والمتصف بكل كمال والمنزه عن كل نقص. What do we say in Aqidah? It's a proper noun for the being whose existence is absolutely necessary. It's a proper noun for the being whose existence is absolutely necessary. There's no being whose existence is necessary except for Allah. Means what? There must be a God. There must be a God. Not Abdullah, Isa, Nabi. It doesn't have to be. We don't have to be. The universe doesn't have to be. Allah could have chose not to create the universe, not to create humans, not to create angels. Allah could have chose just to remain alone as He was alone, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right or no? Right? Was anything with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What was in the beginning? Allah. No place, no time, no angels, no creatures, nothing. Allah only, the creator. Anything before Him, if you say something before Him, then the one who's before Him is the God. Not He. He is not the God. But He is Al-Awwal. Surah Al-Hadid. Huwa Al-Awwal. He is the first. Don't come and tell me, who was before Him? I'm telling you, He's the first, ya Ammu. He is the first. No one behind the first. No one before the first. He is the first. Right? Now if you try to think, you will not be able to, because your brain is limited. And you can never encompass the unlimited subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, and our beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam answered and said this very clearly in the hadith in Bukhari, when some of the Ash'aris, the people of Sayyidina Abu Musa al-Ash'ari came and asked him, Ya Rasulullah, tell us about the beginning of this matter. What did he say, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? He gave this profound answer that gives you comfort and answers many questions that disturb some people. He said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, what? كَانَ اللَّهُ وَلَمْ يَكُنْ مَعَهُ شَيْءٍ. Allah has always been there and there was nothing with Him. And there was nothing with Him. In another narration, and there was nothing before Him. Allah has always been there. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, out of His mercy, His love, His wisdom, He chose to create creatures, to create universe, to create humans, people, so that they get the honor to know Him subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when they know Him, they will worship Him and submit to Him. And when they do that, they will enjoy and be happy. Then they will see Him. Then they will see Him. And that's the ultimate joy that they will get in paradise, the believers, is to see Him. Without Him being limited in a place, subhanahu wa ta'ala. How? I always say, work hard and die as a believer, and you will see how. Okay. So, the word Allah is what? What brought us to this? We said this is the word Allah, according to many scholars like Imam Shafi'i and others, scholars of Arabic language, they say what? It's not derived of any word. And in Aqidah we said it's the proper noun of the being whose existence is absolutely what? Necessary. You have to learn this expression. عَلَمٌ عَلَى الذَّاتِ الْوَاجِبِ الْوُجُودِ. It's wajib al-wujud, means His existence is absolutely necessary. Our minds cannot comprehend that there is no God. There must be a God, right? And He is the first, right? So, علم على الذات الواجب المستحق لجميع المحامد, who deserves all praise and who has all perfection and who's free from all types of imperfection. That's the general idea you have to know about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The other opinion is what? About the word Allah, that it is derived from what? From, what dear Shaykh did you say?
Al-Ilah.
Al-Ilah, right? Allah, it's derived from Al-Ilah. Al-Ilah over time, and with to make it easier, the Arabs made it Allah. Allah, right? And Al-Ilah means what? Ilah means what? The God. It has many meanings, about 10 meanings. I explained this in detail in commentary on Ayat al-Kursi and commentary on Al-Fatiha. You can review it in the playlists, Al-Fatiha playlist and Al-Kursi playlists. The main meanings is of the word Al-Ilah is the one who's worshipped, the one who's adored by the hearts, means he's the one who's loved so much by the hearts, and the one who amazed the minds by his greatness. Just take these 3 meanings at least. If I ask you, what does the word Allah mean? If it is derived from the word Ilah, what does that mean? At least give me these 3 meanings, okay? The one who's worshipped, the worshipped one, Al-Ilah, the worshipped one, Al-Ma'bud, and the one who adored, the one who is adored by the hearts, loved so much by the hearts, and the one who amazed the minds by his greatness and by his attributes. You cannot even comprehend, you cannot even know the reality of his attributes, right? Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Excuse me. So that is the word Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the word Allah we have the Hamza. Could the Hamza be heavy? No. The Hamza always light, right? The Hamza in the word Allah always light. Now, what about the Lam in the word Allah? What about the Lam? Now we're coming to the Lam. What about the Lam in the word Allah? It's heavy, right? No. It depends on what's before it. It depends on what's before it. If we have a kasra before the Lam, then it's light. Bismillah, right? Bismil. So the Lam in the word Allah, if there's kasra before it, you make it light. Bismil. Consequently, the alif will be light. So Bismillahi, right, sister? You're not gonna say Bismillahi, right? You're not gonna say Bismillah, Bismillah. You're not gonna make the Lam heavy. Bismillahi, right? Qalallahu, right? Qala. The Lam is always light. Only in the word Allah and Allahumma it's heavy when it's preceded by Fatha or Dhamma. So look at this example. Qala Allahu. Is the Lam heavy or light in the first word, Ya Shaykh? Qala. Other than the word Allah and Allahumma, the Lam is always light. Now, so Qala, the Lam is light. Now, Qala Allahu, the word Allah here is preceded by Fatha or Dhamma. The Lam in the word Allah preceded by Fatha or Dhamma or Kasra? Fatha. So it has to be what? Heavy. So we're going to say what? Qala, la, la. Qala Allahu. This is also a common mistake. Qala Allahu. Say. Qala Allahu. Okay? So the Lam in the word Allah and Allahumma is light only when it's preceded by what? By a kasr. And if that Lam is light, then the alif after it will be light. And if that Lam is heavy, the alif after it will be heavy. Allahu A'lam, we said that. Qala Allah, we said that. Da'awullaha. Da'awu. Here is preceded by Dhamma. Da'awullaha. We also explained all this when we talk about the Lam. Da'awullaha. Lillahi. Lillahi. Imam Aljazariyya will mention this again later in Aljazariyya when he said what? وَفَخِّمِ اللَّامَ مِنِ اسْمِ اللَّهِ فَخِّمِ اللَّامَ. Make the Lam مُفَخَّمَ. مِنِ اسْمِ اللَّهِ in the word Allah. وَفَخِّمِ اللَّامَ مِنِ اسْمِ اللَّهِ عَنْ فَتْحٍ أَوْ ضَمٍّ. Means when it's followed by, when it's preceded by, or when it follows what? When it follows Fatha or Dhamma. عَنْ فَتْحٍ أَوْ ضَمٍّ. When it comes after a Fatha or Dhamma. كَعَبْدُ اللَّهِ. كَعَبْدُ اللَّهِ. وَفَخِّمِ اللَّامَ مِنِ اسْمِ اللَّهِ عَنْ فَتْحٍ أَوْ ضَمٍّ كَعَبْدُ اللَّهِ. وحرف الاستعلاء فخم وخصوصا لطباق أقوى نحو قال والعصا etc. This section will come inshallah soon. The word Allahumma has exactly the same ruling of the word Allah. Anyone knows why? Anyone knows why? We mentioned why before. Because they have the same beginning, right? Allah, Allahumma, right? They have the same beginning, right? Since when it comes to the lam and the alif, we are looking to what's before them. And since the word Allah and Allahumma have the same beginning, so they have the same rule. And what does Allahumma mean, ya Shaykh? Ya Allah, right? It means Oh Allah. So the meme, as if the meme replaced the ya, right? As if it means ya, as if the meme replaced the ya. So Allahumma means Ya Allah. Okay. So that was line what? 35. Let's finish the rest of this line. So make sure وحاذرا. Again from the beginning, فرققا مستفلا من أحرفي وحاذرا تفخيم لفظ الألف وهمزة الحمد أعوذ اهدنا الله ثم لام لله لنا وليتلطف وعلى الله ولض والميم من مخنصة ومن مرض. So he said, make sure also not to make heavy the hams of alhamdu, a'udhu, ihdina, and Allah. The hamza in all of these words. And all the time, hamza should be light. Thumma, then, means also make sure not to make heavy what? Thumma, make sure not to make heavy the lam, thumma lama, where? In lillahi, in the word lillahi, and the word lana. ثم لام لله لنا ثم لام لله لنا. Why is the lam in the word lana light, ya Shaykh? Why is it light? Because the lam always light in the words other than Allah and Allahumma. In the word lillahi, the first lam in the word lillahi, why is it light?
Is it preceded by a kasra?
Lillahi. This is a tricky question, huh? The lam, the first lam, li, that's not part of the word Allah. So it's always like li. This is a preposition. So usually, originally it is li Allah. We dropped Hamzat wasl, it became what? Lillah. So this lam is always like. Now the second lam is the lam in the word Allah. It is like because it's preceded by a kasr. Got it? Yeah. We got the kasra?
Yeah.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi. Did you get it?
Yeah.
The first lam is li. Li, always light, always, no discussion about it. Now the word, the second lam, it's li Allah, lillah. Why it's light? Because it's preceded by a kasra. Is that clear? So by this we finished line 35. And inshallah we try to finish at least 3 more lines together next time, because this is a very easy section. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us all those who listen to the speech and follow us best. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim tasliman kathira. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Isa.